Okay. Are you aware that as at the time when the salon was sold, the advert had not, Dennis had not applied for the job?
I've not been able to reconcile the two,
Okay.
Madam Speaker.
You tell the House that Dennis' wife had 12 years of unsuccessful trials to get pregnant?
The second born, yes, Madam Speaker.
Have you brought to the Senate any document of that problem? Any medical document?
No.
Thank you. You claim or say that she's suffering from serious depression. Have you brought any medical document to the Senate?
No.
Let me refer you to the voting and allow me, Madam Speaker, refer the witness to page 158 of the DG.
What?
158 of the document titled DG. Take a look at that, Honorable Karen. In that page 158, confirm that that particular document there, it is your vote at the county assembly, and alongside it is your staff ID, I believe.
Yes, it's mine.
Okay. Is it correct that this photo was sent to the real force or the real sponsor of the motion to impeach the DG to confirm that indeed you voted to impeach the deputy governor?
No, not true.
Why were you taking this photo?
This was for my own record, Madam Speaker. And I don't think there is a law that stops me from. Thank you.
Look at, Madam Speaker, I'm referring the witness to page 158 to 161 of the DG's bundle. Confirm that those other documents annexed thereto are votes and IDs of other members of county assembly.
Others are not clear, Madam Speaker. I've only been able to identify mine.
Madam Karen, if you look at page 159, that is a vote. Do you have a member of county assembly known as Honorable Jim Kenyanya in the Kisii County Assembly?
Yes.
That is his vote at page 159. Page 160, do you have a member of county assembly known as Peter Mokua Okerio? His name is there, and ID.
I can't see anything here, Madam Speaker. Nothing. It's plain.
Oh, post.
Yes.
Madam
Yes,
Speaker,
Madam Speaker.
apologies. I believe the copy shared didn't have the. Look at that page.
Yes.
Confirm that all those other pages show votes and IDs of all your colleagues.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam Speaker.
Is it not true that the members of county assembly voted under duress because they were compelled to show their master, their sponsor, how they voted?
Not true.
What is your explanation for the other members that also took photos alongside their?
I cannot
their
be able
votes?
to, Madam Speaker, I may not be able to answer for other members. I only take answer for my vote and
Thank
the
you.
photo.
Thank you. Does the DG have a kitty for bursary?
No.
Are you aware of the provisions of the Kisii County Bursary Fund Act of 2014?
Yes.
Does the deputy governor have any influence with regard to who is awarded bursaries?
No.
Why then could you rely on public participation of, and ordinarily, just for record, are you aware of anyone that has been given a bursary of more than 5,000 shillings in Kisii County?
Yes.
How much has that sum been?
I can confirm that depending on the need of the children, some get 10,000. That I can confirm because I can even give the name if allowed.
Thank you. Could it be in order then for someone to say that he paid 12,000 to be given a bursary of 10,000? Did you believe that? Is that the public participation that led you to impeach the deputy governor or vote and second the motion?
Madam Speaker, I may not be able to answer for His Excellency the Deputy Governor whether he receives money, but those who are witnesses or people are testifying. So it is not within my need to answer on behalf of him.
But even as you sit here or stand here, it's not logical for someone to bribe 12,000 to get 10,000. Does that add up, Honorable Karen?
It happens. I have, Madam Speaker, I can say that there are even conversations even in other counties. And there was a conversation which is not authentic,
okay,
so I cannot be able to answer that.
It's okay, it's okay. My colleague Kato will take you through one or two questions, but let me just seek your answer to this, because I know you are one of those serious supporters of His Excellency the Governor.
Yes.
You will agree with me that most of the people that do not agree with the Governor are either interdicted, sacked, or impeached, like the Deputy Governor. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Madam Speaker.
To the best of your knowledge, there are a lot of disputes with regard to governance. Are you aware that the Deputy Governor was disagreed with the Governor on small issues about governance?
Small issues, Honorable Madam Speaker, they should be able to sort out. That's why they are leaders.
For example, let me just ask you so that you say yes or no. Are you aware that there was a disagreement about how the Governor runs the county from his home at Motonto?
Not true.
Are you aware of the alterations in the budget?
Not true. I sit in the budget committee. Not true.
Are you aware that the EACC is investigating alterations made to the budget?
Yes, I know there is a letter from the COB, but I don't think these are just concerns that come from the COB, which is normal.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. I believe we have 3 or 4 minutes. Allow my senior Katwak again kindly ask a question or two.
Council Katwak again, I think you're winding down your 5 minutes.
Yes, I will be very brief, Madam Speaker. I very kindly request you, good evening, Madam Karen.
Good evening, Council.
Yes. Now, I would like to request you to go to page 21 of the County Assembly Volume 1 bundle, page 24, sorry. Now, your testimony, as you are being led by my learned friend, was basically that you come here to endorse the propriety and the results of the public participation, isn't it? Your point is that proper public participation was done and there's a proper feedback from it, isn't it? That's
yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Page 24 to 51, could you confirm that page 24 to 51 is that public participation report?
No, the document is a bit mixed up. There is public participation. There are other things.
Okay, if you could go to page 24. Are you at page 24, please?
Yes?
Can you see the heading of all the contents of page 24 to 51? It says, Third Assembly, third session, report of public views on the removal from office of the Deputy Governor of Kisii County Government by way of impeachment. You can see that?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
And then it runs from page 24 to 51.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Now, just the 2 sets of questions on that. Could you confirm that that report is not signed anywhere? There's nobody who has taken responsibility for that report?
The 24 page,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, somebody has signed. There is a receipt.
So
And there
somebody
is a
has signed,
signature, yeah, page
I have
20.
received the report, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, that is the person receiving. Has anybody signed saying that I am the one who compiled this report?
No, Madam Speaker.
Very much. Number two, from that page 24 to 51, there is no reference anywhere to a video of any video, isn't it?
Council Kigen, that should be your final question. Wind up on that question. Let her answer you. Your time is up.
Just one more, Madam
One
Speaker.
question,
Just one
yes.
more after this one, kindly. No, nobody has. There's no reference to a video, isn't it?
No reference, Madam
Thank you very
Speaker.
much. Now, I would like to take you to page 103. That would be my last question. Page 103 of that bundle. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to read the last paragraph. Does it say this? Honorable Henry Moracha, leader of majority, rose on standing order number 93 and sought an adjournment for purposes of public participation. You can see that?
Yes, Honorable
that correct?
Madam Speaker.
That's correct.
Yes.
Could you confirm that when you adjourned for purposes of going for public participation, you did not provide for funds to do this public participation? Could you confirm that?
You want me to explain because I cannot say yes or no?
Explain. I just want you to say.
No.
You did not.
No, Madam
provide for it.
Speaker, yes.
Thank you very much. Number two, you did not determine who was to collect public fees. You did not create a committee or say what administrators or MCS are to collect fees. You did not assign anybody that business of collecting fees, did you?
No, Madam
Thank you
Speaker.
very much. And I will leave it there, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much for the accommodation and the indulgence. And thank you, Madam Karen. And nice seeing you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Do we have any re-exam? How many minutes? 5 minutes on re-exam.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will not spend 5 minutes. I have two questions for the witness. One, Honorable Karen, who conducted and compiled the public participation report?
Sir?
Who conducted and compiled the public participation report?
This public participation was done by the communication department from the assembly, and they are the people who did the compilement.
Lastly, you have been accused of taking a picture and sending it to the sponsor of this motion. Why did you take a photo of your vote?
Madam Speaker, it is not true, and I was not under any instructions to send my photo. This is for my own reference.
Do you know the source of that photo? If you took it from your phone, and how it ended up at the Senate?
I can't say, but it is in my phone, Madam Speaker, how it came out, and it was not a secret, Madam Speaker.
Lastly, is it unusual for members of the County Assembly to be lobbied and whipped to support a particular motion in the County Assembly? Is it unusual?
It is very normal for a county assemblies, just like what happens in the Senate. Honorable Madam Speaker, sometimes when the government has a specific motion or policy in the House, the majority leader is expected to lobby. So it is normal to lobby.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mwangi seems to have one question.
Just two questions, Honorable Speaker. Madam Karen, is this the first time the Assembly is conducting a public participation?
No, Madam Speaker.
You've done it before.
Yes.
In regard to public participation for the motion on impeachment, was it presented before the Assembly?
Sorry?
Was the report for public participation presented before the County Assembly?
Yes.
When was it presented?
The same day that we were tabling, the discussions were being made and the subsequent voting. But I remember even Katwa Kigen, the council, asked for the same.
Did you debate on the motion, or did you debate on the report for public participation before the impeachment?
No.
That's all.
I see two requests from the Senator. Senator Chute, have you requested? Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It seems like we are in a Pabashirandula episode here. And I wanted to ask the witness, on page 36 of volume 1, Masimba Ward, there was no member or members of the public which were at the venue when the secretariat arrived. What can she say about that? And then my number 2 question, how many people spoke or those who participated are in support of the deputy governor or against the deputy governor? That is why public participation is required. So can she explain to us? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, the report, the Masimba, it is clearly indicated that there were no members, as you realize. The issue of public participation sometimes, when it is not properly advertised, or when the lobbying, telling people, not most people read newspapers. So sometimes it is possible that the people of Masimba Ward did not get to see the advert in the newspaper, because we were not doing local advertisement from local stations. It is the newspaper that was being done. So I'm making an assumption that it could have been possible that most people were not able to reach out to this advert. Now, the second question, how many were for the governor, and how many were for the impeachment? I will say majority, I will call it 80%, they were for the impeachment, and 20% were, of course, in defense of the deputy governor.
Senator Karungo Dangwa, have you requested?
Madam Speaker, my question goes to the witness, Honorable Karen Magara. What could have been better? Is it to have you here and comment on support of those who give public opinions, or them to appear here as witnesses? And especially the old man who said that his land was almost taken by the deputy governor. Couldn't it be better to have him as a witness so that we can ask more questions, cross-examine, rather than a video of him just mentioning something and then it is done? And Madam Speaker, as I finish, if you look at the County Assembly Volume 1, the same old man on page 283 signed an agreement with the deputy governor to have that land or to buy that land in July 2022. That was even before he was elected as a deputy governor. So my question is, now that he got back his land, the agreement was cancelled, he owes the deputy governor 350,000. Could we say that he wants to finish that deal, not to pay the deputy governor his money, because he owes the deputy governor 350,000?
The first question, Madam Speaker, I may not be able to have made a decision on who is supposed to appear in the Senate. Remember, Honorable Senator, we have our lead counsel here. Maybe those are the people that are well placed to say what necessitated picking others, and others were left out. Question number 2, about the land, the balance of the deputy governor.
On the land question, maybe it would be better placed, a different person would be better placed to answer that question.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator, that could be directed to a different person, maybe the council. Council, you could respond to the second question as opposed to the witness responding to it.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will draw the attention of the Senate to page 284 of the bundle of documents by the County Assembly and confirm that the affidavit speaks about a situation of a going concern, speaks about an anticipated event. If you look at the agreement, yes, it is true, it was done in July 2022. The elections were to be conducted on the 9th of August. The agreement was, if I were to be successful, I will employ 6 children for you, subsequent to which you'll give me a set-off of 300,000 shillings. This is to confirm the impropriety and the state of the mind of the Deputy Governor, that he came to the county government with a purpose to enrich himself. Most obliged.
That is the end of this witness statement or evidence, so we can proceed to the next. How many more witnesses do you have? I believe it's one.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We wish to announce that we have our last witness for today. His name is Ruben Monda.
How long is he going to take?
At most 20 minutes, Madam Speaker.
So you try and squeeze it to 15 minutes if you can.
Most obliged.
Counsel Katwa Kigen, how long will you take cross-examining this witness?
We will try that 10 minutes also, Madam Speaker.
Okay. So we can proceed.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I am informed by my assisting counsel that we may be facing a challenge where the sickly Ruben Monda has gone for his medication. And noting that we still have a witness who was summoned by the Senate, I beg to be guided whether or not we can perhaps wait for him for the next 30 minutes, or how then do we proceed?
Honorable Senators, I request that we do another 30 minutes. We spend those 30 minutes on this witness who is available, so that tomorrow we only have one witness on the prosecuting side. Instead of Monda.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. If I heard counsel correctly, he says he had lined up Mr. Robert Monda, but Mr. Monda has, Ruben Monda, sorry. But Ruben Monda seems to have left Parliament to go and take medication. But he says that the Senate summoned another witness whom he wants to
Senator Okongo, I heard him very well.
Yeah, so maybe we can get clarification. Does he have any witness outside waiting, or
Robert Monda is out looking for his medication, but there is one more witness who was summoned by Senate, and I was proposing that we take in.
Madam Speaker, he has walked in.
He's here. Oh, who is this now? Is it Robert Monda?
This is Ruben Monda.
Oh, Ruben Monda. Okay, then we can proceed on with Ruben. He could take a seat if he's not able to stand. He could get a seat. Sergeant at arms. Make that witness comfortable. We can proceed if you are ready.
I want to do what?
You wish to take a note or information.
Information is what?
The one you don't lift the Bible, just lift your hand and
I want to raise the Bible.
the Bible is the one. With your right hand. Then you read the whole. You can ask us. Then lift the Bible as you recite the whole.
I, Ruben Orangi Monda Matundura, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before the Senate is respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Mr. Ruben Monda, good evening.
Yes, madam.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We are sorry for having kept you waiting the whole day.
Yes.
Kindly pardon us. Would you kindly introduce yourself to the Senate?
The honorable senators, my name is Ruben Orangi Monda Matundura, the immediate follower of the Deputy Governor, Kisii County, Dr. Robert Hunsare Monda.
Does that then mean that you are the brother to the Deputy Governor?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I'm a blood brother, the immediate follower. My brother took care of me when I was young.
You say that your brother took care of you when you were young.
Yes.
Do you understand what brings you this evening before the Senate?
Yes, I understand what brings me before the Senate. I've come here to seek for justice for myself. And I've come here because of the harassment and the mistreatment that occurred to me when I am very sick.
Okay. Okay, allow me to perhaps lead you once more.
Yes.
Do you understand that your brother is facing an impeachment motion?
Yes, I understand.
Thank
My
you.
brother is facing an impeachment motion.
Do you understand the consequences of the impeachment if it were to be held by the Senate?
Come again?
Do you understand the consequences of this process if the Senate were to impeach him?
Yes, I understand the consequences.
What are the consequences?
One, in Kisii County, we shall not be having chaos as we are having. We will not be harassed the way we are being harassed.
So you understand that this process will culminate into him losing his seat, yes?
Yes, I understand.
And are you ready to take that path as a brother to the Deputy Governor?
Yes, I'm ready to take it.
Mr. Ruben Munda, have you come here on your own volition or you've been compelled to appear before the Senate?
No, Madam Speaker, sir. Madam Speaker, I've come on my own volition.
And to that effect, Mr. Ruben Munda, did you swear an affidavit dated the 21st of February?
Yes, I did. I saw an affidavit.
Again, did you swear that affidavit voluntarily or you were compelled?
No, I saw the affidavit voluntarily.
Sorry, Honorable Senators, I think the sugars are going low. That is page 257 of the bundle of document by the County Assembly. I'm so sorry, I beg your pardon.
277.
257, Madam Speaker. You find the affidavit of Ruben Monda Orangi Matundura.
Yes.
I refer you to paragraph 4 of the affidavit, where you say that my brother, the Deputy Governor of Kisii County, has had a rough relationship with the family since acceding to being the Deputy Executive in the county, including treating our octogenarian father with exceptional contempt. Yes?
Yes.
What exactly do you mean?
I mean, he has handled our father, an old man who is 94 years old, in a very bad way. That made me, because I was at home, to cry and tell my brother that you can treat our father like this.
And are you saying that this is a behavior he has acquired upon assuming office, or he has always been like this?
He changed abruptly after getting that position, and he started mistreating everyone.
Look at paragraph 5 of the said affidavit, where you say, I'll assist you in reading, that the Deputy Governor has since then ensured that there are at least 5 county officers stationed at our home, performing not only manual jobs in the farm, including but not limited to digging wells at our compound, feeding dairy cows, an aspect I strongly believe that is not part of their job description, but also spending the night in one of our father's house. Now, I put this question to you. Do you live in the same compound with the deputy governor?
Yes, we live, Madam Speaker, we live in the same communal compound with my brother, the deputy governor.
So while living in that particular communal compound, are you able to see what happens in each other's homestead?
Yes, Madam Speaker. Because I'm sick, I stay at home all the time, more than my brother, the Deputy Speaker. I see what happens day in, day out.
You speak about 5 officers. Are these normal casuals, or these are county enforcement officers?
Madam Speaker, these are county security officers.
How are you able to distinguish that they are county enforcement officers or security officers?
Madam Speaker, they come on duty in uniform, a green uniform, every day.
It is your statement, therefore, that the enforcement officers do all the jobs for and on behalf of the Deputy Governor, yes?
Yes, Madam Speaker, they do that. And I'm an eyewitness.
Would you describe the kind of the jobs they undertake? Other than feeding the dairy cows and digging wells, is there anything else that they do?
Yes, Madam Speaker. There are some who do the lawn mowing. There are those who dug. In fact, they deepened an existing well for our brother when I was sick.
Look at paragraph 6 again of your affidavit. But before we do that, you've said that, but they also spend the night in one of our father's old house. Yes?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Who are these who spend the night there?
The security guards who come during the night. Once they finish, all of us report into the compound. They go and sleep in that house.
Paragraph 6 of your affidavit, Mr. Ruben, states that my brother, the Deputy Governor of Kisii County, has made it his business to ensure that our home is an extension of the county, wherein he dictates and in misuse of the county officers has his way. Since he came into office, there has been at least 5 working in his farm. Clear demonstration that the Deputy Governor is in misusing the staffs of the county. Do you confirm that he does misuse them?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I confirm. And I can give explanation how it happens.
Please do.
For example, Madam Speaker, on the 20th of December 2023, my brother, without me knowing, because I was splitting some timber where I wanted to plant some more trees, without me knowing, his wife came to where the fundis were splitting the timber and called him and told him that I had cut their trees. And then my brother came without me knowing with about 20 security officers, county security officers, and about 7 national government askaris to arrest me, which shocked me. I could not believe it. So 20 county security officers plus about 7 national askaris from Keumbu police station. Without me knowing, I was shocked. And I was arrested.
Did they tell you the reason why they were arresting you?
He never told me the reason. He just told the askaris because he was the one who was leading them to the shamba. He's the one who was leading them to the shamba.
You mean he was present at that particular time? And
yes, Madam Speaker.
When you say he was one was...
He said, we didn't come here to argue with anybody. We came here, Askari, can you do what you came here to do? And the Askaris told me you are under arrest.
Which Askaris told you that you're under arrest? The National Police Service or the county enforcement? Whom was he commandeering?
He commandeered the Deputy OCS Keumbu and also the Deputy.
I'm asking between the county enforcement officers and the National Police officers, whom did he order that you should be arrested?
I repeat, he told the Deputy OCS Keumbu and also the Deputy
I think he's the deputy for the security officers.
Which security
who was
officers?
There. He told the...
Which security officers in particular?
I think I've said that somewhere.
Yeah, you know, we have two groups here, Mr. Ruben. We have
that's
20.
what I'm talking about,
Yes.
the two.
Yes.
I'm differentiating between
Please
the two. So I'm saying the deputy...
We can assist you to read the paragraph.
Yes. Forgive me, Madam Speaker, because I'm unaware.
But just to refresh your memories, Mr. Ruben.
Yes.
We have two groups here.
Yes.
We have 20 county enforcement officers.
Yeah.
Did the deputy governor command them to arrest you?
Yes, he commanded them to arrest me.
Thank you. Now, what transpired therein after?
Council, you have 5 minutes.
Yes, I'm just about to be done.
What happened, Madam Speaker? I was harassed very badly by the Askaris. I was taken to Keumbu, and at Keumbu, I was not given an OB. I was not booked. And then after 3 hours, I was taken to Kisii by the Askaris from Keumbu, because it looks like there were some orders which were coming from Kisii Central Police Station that the Keumbu Askaris rushed me to Kisii. I was rushed to Kisii, and then I met the OCS Kisii, who failed to give me also an booking. I stayed there for almost 5 hours without being booked, but I was put to sit next to the cell on a box, I was told, that contains the ammunition. So I could not understand. At some stage, because I was very sick, I requested to be taken to the hospital. And when I requested, the OCS accepted. But reaching the hospital, Kisii Referral Hospital, I was, again, the OCS commanded the two Askaris who took me there to rush me back, that there is a letter he was to write for me, so that he allows me to go to the hospital. When I came there, OCS had left, and when we tried to call him, he put off his phone.
So you ended up not getting treated, yes?
I didn't get any treatment,
And
Madam Speaker.
And have you been charged before in a court for that offense?
Madam Speaker, I've never been charged in any court.
Did your brother reach out to you during that particular time?
Madam Speaker, up to now, he has never reached to me.
Do you have any evidence before this court in terms of photos that you'd wish the senators to watch?
Yes, Madam Speaker, there are photos which can be explained.
Can we have the clips, Madam Speaker, played?
Technical team, can you run that?
So we can begin there. What is happening in that particular photo?
That photo is when I was put in the Land Rover for Keumbu. I'm being, that time now, we have reached Keumbu, and now I'm being rushed to Kisii.
When was it?
Central Police. This was after I stayed for 3 hours at Keumbu. Now, orders came that I should be rushed to Kisii.
I can see, excuse me, I can see a person hanging just next to the pickups, I think, door, yes? Can you see that person with a brown shirt?
Brown shirt, yes.
Was he?
I don't know him by name, but if I get him, I can.
Yeah, but what, is he one of the enforcement officers or is a police officer?
That one is an enforcement officer.
From the county or from the national government?
From the county security team.
Where are the rest? You spoke about 20 of them. What happened to the rest?
The rest, Madam Speaker, they are the ones who collected 61 pieces of timber from the shamba to a waiting lorry on the road.
Who commanded?
And they are the ones, when we arrived at Kimbu, who have loaded the vehicle which was carrying the timber.
Who ordered them to do so?
It is my brother, the deputy governor, who gave them instruction to do so.
Do you think, in your own opinion, if the Senate does impeach the deputy governor, you'll get yourself free of this intimidation and harassments?
Council, you know your time is up.
This is the last question. If it's stripped of all these powers, will you continue to have the harassment coming from the enforcement mechanisms of the county?
It is my hope and prayer that he will not continue doing it. That's why I came here.
You said there was a video that was being, that was recorded, yes?
Yes.
Could we, Madam Speaker, as the last clip, see and watch the video? And who took these photos and the videos?
Council, how many more minutes?
Only 3 minutes, Madam Speaker. Who took these videos and the photos?
Most of those, my brother came with the media.
Yes.
They are the ones who took that, and they even broadcasted what transpired on TV, the local TVs in Kisii.
Those are the videos. What is that? Where is that place and what is happening?
That one still, we are on the way to Kisii, Central Police.
Have you been induced by any person to come and testify before the Senate in this matter?
No, Madam Speaker, I came on my own volition.
Finally, should a government officer, state officer, or public officer use his powers in that manner that your brother did?
Madam Speaker, I came because of the harassment and the abuse of office, misuse of power against me by my own brother. That's why I came here. I want to get justice. And the justice that I want, if my brother can be removed from office so that he can come to his senses. And I'm praying for him so that he can even see the kingdom of heaven.
We're sorry about that, Mzee. We're so sorry for the abuse.
Is that all for this witness? Is that all for examination in chief?
Yes, Madam Speaker. That's all for the old man.
Does he need time before cross-examination? Or is he able to take the questions in cross-examination?
Sorry, Madam Speaker, he says that he has only one more issue that you want to state, and granted his age, I pray that you may grant him only 1 more minute, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, since that time, I felt sick. I was brought to Nairobi Coptic Hospital, where I stayed for 3 weeks and I spent a lot of money. And I'm now on injections. Right now I've done 3 injections. I have a 4th to do. And I have so many drugs to take. I'm seeing my life is in danger. That's why I decided to come, because he has mistreated me many times. I forgive him, but this time around I said I must come on my own volition. Thank you, thank you, thank you, the senators, the honorable senators. Thank you.
Mr. Ruben, you'll be asked questions by the counsel for the deputy governor.
Counsel, I'm on the mic.
I'm sorry,
please.
Madam Speaker.
Where did he fall sick? He said he fell sick.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Yes,
I fell sick after thinking very hard for almost 1.5 weeks of what transpired. And one of my brothers came home, and he's a doctor. He took my pressure. Me, I was fighting, thinking that it is only my sugars which are bad. And my pressure was reading over 200. And they told me, you are very sick. You have to be rushed to hospital. That's why I was brought to Nairobi. And before, I didn't have such kind of problems. I was not injecting even myself. I was not on these injections. I was not on the many drugs. I was taking just a few tablets to control my sugar and my pressure. But right now, I'm in very bad shape. Even my legs are swollen. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruben.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
You can have a word with him. Explain to him he's going through his examination now.
Mr. Ruben. Madam Speaker, Mr. Ruben, I'm sorry for the ordeals. God will comfort you, but we are in a trial and the facts must be found by the Senate. You'll therefore be asked several questions by the opposing counsel. I kindly request that you do compose yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Counsel, how many minutes?
As you had indicated, we'll take 15 minutes. I seek an indulgence from the House. If we could have the interpreter availed, we want to refer to a video which is in Kisii language.
Secretariat team, can we get the translator back?
Good evening, Mr. Monda. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
I'll ask you a few questions before we get the interpreter.
Yes.
Your evidence is that since your brother became the deputy governor, he has changed.
Yes.
He has tasted power and changed.
Yes.
Is this the first time your brother has had a position of power?
No.
What previous position has he had?
Member of Parliament.
Since which year?
2007 elections to 2013.
Did he change then?
No.
But it's still your evidence that he changed once he became a deputy governor?
Yes.
Madam Speaker, we shall be referring to one of the videos that we were supplied by the County Assembly. Maybe I can give the title for the... It's a clip with the name Monda Arrest Brother Over Firewood.
Yes.
Maybe that one can be played?
Yes.
Before we play that, Bwana Ruben, you can confirm that this was recorded after your arrest?
It started in the farm when I was being
No, I'm
arrested.
saying the video we are referring to. Was it?
Yes, it started being recorded when I was in the farm.
Okay.
Monda nigo enyorete ase ensanano enene na mumuro mwabo omukonyi bw'omugabana w'ekaunti ya Kisii Daktari Robert Monda nigo enyorete ase ensanano enene na mumuro mwabo Ruben Monda igoro yogotwa kwemete ase ensemo ya kerera.
Mr. Ruben, you will wait until you are asked questions. That's when you respond. But let's have the translator give us a translation of what has happened.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Adan Kanabuga, a professional journalist from the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation under Minto FM, and I'm ready for the interpretation. Please, if you can replay that.
Omukonyi bw'omugabana w'ekaunti ya Kisii Daktari Robert Monda nigo enyorete ase ensanano enene na mumuro mwabo Ruben Monda igoro yogotwa kwemete ase ensemo ya kerera.
Post that.
It's a narration by a reporter. He says the Deputy Governor, Robert Monda, is in conflict with his brother on the cutting of trees.
We can proceed? Translate what you're saying.
Okay. According to Ruben, he says the land doesn't belong to the deputy governor, and they're going to confirm it from their father.
Proceed.
Munda kogenda kuna chimita sense meyo ase agotoyabuna atabukerete abantu abange abasigari abayiga be serikali naboyigo abasigari be county bagocha kumusagana na kumira bagege taseni yege taseni kya keumbu.
The narrator says Ruben got a surprise for his arrest until when he was taken to the police station. He wasn't aware about the arrest.
We proceed.
Injegond immediate follower, ya deputy governor. Oyo onderete kerona rengomoke. Wono dero mambia. Ikona agenda nachi kuna chemete asinata kete komente yende ikiagere eliera abeke set irite kina buya.
Ruben says he admits facts. His brother, the deputy governor, raised him well when he was young. And then on that same day, he went to cut down the trees, which he planted himself.
Can proceed.
Nobody abana ba mito bonsi piwa bali baro otora ba mure komi bonsi pigo bali dira so busibwane ingan kieke kegendrete ga emeteye ninje na asimegete nkamatavinge eyere bujirora ekyagara kali miro kale na abo simekeire konga chisiringi eli businda 300
yagotoyabuna ni yarosimegete meteyo nanigo asinyitwe sababu ya umuro mwabo ogenda koleta basigari na kumubwata eliyo kumwira asigata seni kya basigari.
Pause the video.
Pause it now?
Yes.
Now Ruben says his brothers will confirm that the land belongs to him and the trees belongs to him, and there's some piece of land where the deputy governor owns and him himself, Ruben, owns the land.
Proceed.
Lakini ngati kuna chiremete wetani kane ako tumne yaye wano asitumbaka ine abuna nare kuna chemete taliyeria na musimekere tunare kuna cha ko nare kuna che yoro mubaka igora aseri yaye neri ya nesimekere.
We can stop there.
Now, Mr. Ruben confirms he himself, he planted some trees for the deputy governor, but on that same day, the trees he was cutting, they were his trees and not for the deputy governor.
Point of order, Senator Gloria.
Madam Speaker, I have the benefit of understanding the language. I come from Kisii County. And I was just going to request that he translates word for word, because what he is doing, he's translating his understanding. So if they could play it in small bits, so that he just says that he has said A, B, C, D. Instead, because what he's doing, he's understanding, and then he's giving us his understanding.
Senator Omugeni, I need your comment on that.
I mean, always we appreciate expert witnesses like the one who is on the dock, but I agree with Senator Oroba that there are some words that are missing in the translation. So I'd rather he gives us a direct translation, other than it's kind of giving us what he thinks he has captured from the speech. Yeah, like I can give you an example. There was a place where it was being alleged, and I'm using the word alleged because that's what was being said, that council askaris and police officers were sent to arrest him. But that did not come out when he was giving us the translation in English.
Expert witness, you just repeat exactly what you said in the video without transporting your understanding. Don't transpose to your understanding. So we play back and get to hear it, and cut it shorter so that he's able to capture what needs to be understood.
Madam Speaker, we are actually done with this video, but if you want us to play it back, we can do that. Council,
I have guided you play back, and then he's going to listen, translate the correct version of what is said in the video. Important.
Madam Speaker, I hope this does not eat into our time.
Council, I have given direction. Just go back. Your time will be taken care of.
We can play the video.
Omukonyi bw'omugabana w'ekaunti ya Kisii Daktari Robert Monda nigo enyorete ase ensanano enene na mumuro mwabo Ruben Monda igoro yogotwa kwemete ase.
The narrator says the deputy governor of Kisii County got himself in a conflict between his brother on the issue of cutting trees.
Proceed. Pause.
Mr. Ruben is having an argument with the deputy governor, asking him whether the trees belong to him, but he says he's the one who planted the trees.
Proceed.
Mr. Ruben is arguing with his brother, the deputy governor, saying the deputy governor is clearing all the land from, I think, from the road toward the down, and he's saying that they'll know the truth today from their father.
Proceed.
Ruben Monda kogenda kuna chimeta sense meyo ase agotabuna atabukerete abantu abange abasigari abayiga beserikali.
Here the narrator says Mr. Ruben said that he went to cut down the trees, and then after cutting the trees, he got only just got a surprise from the police officers who came to arrest him because they were cutting down the trees.
Proceed.
He was arrested on that same day, that same time he was cutting the trees, and he was taken to the police station in Keumbu.
This is the narrator.
Yeah, that's the narrator saying that.
We can proceed.
Yeah, Deputy Governor. Oyo onderete keronari ngomoke. Wono dero mambia. Kona agenda.
Mr. Ruben is saying his brother raised him while he was young, and that in the same morning he went. Wait. If you can play it again, just continue.
Oyo onderete keronari ngomoke. Wono dero mambia. Kona agenda. Lati kuna chemete asinata kete komente yende kiagere eliera abeke shit.
He's confirming that he went to cut the trees in the morning in order to add some more trees on that place.
Can proceed.
Emete yene yane yonsi. No bori abana ba mito bonsi piwa bari baro otora wa mure komi. Bonsi piwa bari.
He's saying they can confirm from their brothers that the trees belongs to him and he's the one who planted them.
Proceed.
Can
proceed. You can
He's still saying he's the one, he's insisting that he's the one who planted the trees.
Meteri. Those meteri.
Yeah, miti, the trees.
Okay. Proceed.
Yeah. He's now saying there is some part of the land where he planted trees for the deputy governor, and the deputy governor was to pay him the amount of 6,300 for the trees he planted for him.
Proceed.
So the narrator says, Mr. Ruben got a surprise because his brother, the deputy governor, ordered the police to come and arrest him, and yet he was just cutting down the trees he planted.
Proceed.
Lakini ngati kuna chiremete weta ni kane ako tumne yaye wano asitupa kaine abuna na ro kuna chemete tali eria na musimekere na ro kuna cha.
Mr. Ruben is saying previously the deputy governor has been cutting down the trees for about 4 times, but on that same day Mr. Ruben was cutting down the trees on some little bit of boundary between him and his brother's land.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bwana Ruben, I'll ask you a few questions based on what we've watched so far.
Yes.
Okay. You agree with me that in that clip, you do agree that you planted trees for the DG?
I said I planted the trees in the year 2003, 2005, when I was a manager at Kiamuka Tea Factory.
Okay. So you agree. My question is, do you agree or don't you agree? It's a yes or no question.
I planted for him. No, because he didn't give me the money.
You did not, because he did not give you the money?
He didn't give me the money, I didn't plant for him.
You planted for him?
I didn't plant for him, I planted for myself because he didn't give me the money.
Do you also confirm that the trees you are cutting, according to your own statement, were at the boundary between your property and the deputy governor's property?
I'm talking about the boundary. He used to dig one side sometimes back. I was digging the other side. I was telling him, give me money to go and buy you seedlings. I plant for you this side where you were where you were digging. But he didn't give me the money. I bought the seedlings myself. I came, I planted. Then I told him, give me 6,300. He didn't give me. How did the trees become his?
You planted them on his portion.
I planted the trees on the whole portion where he was digging long time and at that time.
Okay, so you planted on his portion. We can stop there. Now, I'll ask you about this video and the statement that you made.
Sorry?
The video we were watching.
Yes.
Was this recorded before or after you were arrested?
But as Msika, this is the same day I was arrested. This is at the Keombu police station where I made this statement.
You are sure of that fact?
Yes.
Okay. Were you... Yes, at Kiumbu police station, this is the same place in your affidavit, you say you felt sick.
I felt very sick. I felt very sick after the audit.
On the same day, while you were outside giving statements?
I said after 1.5 weeks. Because
Mr. I'll take you to your affidavit. Maybe your counsel can show it to you. Or you have a copy. That is even better. Go to paragraph number 9. Paragraph 9. That is where you say at 18:30 hours, the OCS Keumbu denied me bail despite suffering from high blood pressure and diabetes, and I was transferred to Kisii. So you fell ill at Keumbu police station?
I did.
You fell ill at Keumbu police station, according to your affidavit?
Madam Speaker, I said I was sick, but not as sick as after 1.5 weeks. I was using drugs, I said.
Okay.
Tablets only. I said that.
So if we are to believe you, this arrest did not cause you to be sick. You got sick a few weeks later.
I repeat, Madam Speaker,
It's a yes or no
I'm
question.
diabetic and I have pressure. But I was not as sick before the ordeal. And I came to realize I became very sick when I started fighting only sugar. But the pressure had gone over 200.
Okay.
I said that.
We can move on to the next issue. You were referred to a video, to a clip, a photo, where you were showing someone in a brown. Yes, before I move on to the video clip, have you provided any medical documents to show how you went to Coptic Hospital? You were admitted after this fact?
I have all the documents.
Do you have them before
But
this
I
house?
don't have them before the house. If given time, I'll be able to avail them.
That is fine. You can avail them at another fora, not today. I'll take you to the photo you are referred to. If the technical team can place that photo up. If they can highlight just the name of that particular photo, the description of the photo. It's described as a still, having been taken out of a video, which I will play shortly. Is that possible from the technical team?
And so you have to be more specific which photo you are referring.
It's the same photo, the one they had put up. But it's okay, we can move to our video referred as arrest 001.
Technical team. Try to phrase the question because they saw the video as they look for that video.
Okay. The video has been titled WhatsApp at 13:42:42.
Is it a new video or the old video that was played?
It's part of the videos that was applied. There were two folders. One was for photos, one was for videos. It's the third video.
Because your time is up, so I'll give you 2 minutes to finalize.
It's the second, WhatsApp 13:42. It's the next one, not this one.
Sawa, anasema hapo na ingine.
Nachukua mzazi wangu, sijachukua ya nini, sijachukua polisi. Unaona mali na
Sawa.
Yes, we can pause that. Bwana Ruben.
Yes.
You said there were county enforcement officers during your arrest, which is this.
Yes.
The photo you've shown us originated from this. Can you identify those county officers you are referring to in the video from which that still was pulled?
Madam Speaker, the photos is showing here are the ones when I was being rushed by the police to Kisii, and none of the county officers went to Kisii, apart from one who was in a brown shirt. There is another clip where there is one I saw and identified positively as one of the officers from the security. One. But the rest are police officers, the ones we are seeing.
Do you know this officer's name? You can identify him?
Sorry?
You know this officer's name? This person you say you identified as a county enforcement officer.
I know him by appearance. I don't know him by name.
Was he wearing a uniform by any chance? Was he wearing uniform from the county?
Because that one.
No, my question
is. Let me answer. That one is from the revenue department, the one we are seeing there. Because the officers came, the security guards plus the revenue officers. The one we are seeing there is a revenue officer.
Your story has changed from compliance to revenue officers, but that is fine. Let me ask you the last.
They are county workers. They came about 20.
Kindly, let me ask you the last question.
Yes.
You've indicated that you live in one communal farm, yourself and your brothers.
I said compound.
One communal compound.
Yes.
Does your brother keep cows, dairy cows?
Yes.
How many dairy cows does he keep?
3.
3 dairy cows.
Yes.
Where exactly does he keep them?
Next to our communal compound.
Next to your communal compound?
Yes.
On his property?
Now, the land where we are living all belong to our father. None of us has been given a piece of land. None of us. Even where we have planted the trees, all the land belongs to our father.
No, I'm asking you to designate. You see, the property is big. Where are these cows being kept? Because if I go to your compound, or this house goes to your compound, they want to see these cows you're referring to.
You come, I show you.
Okay, so these cows, before the governor became the deputy governor of Kisii, were these cows still there?
Mr. Ruben, you must try to answer the questions without proposing a visit to the council.
Thank you, Madam
Yes,
Madam Speaker.
what I meant, Madam Speaker, yes, I can show him where they are.
Okay, were the cows there before he became deputy governor, or they came after with the county enforcement?
Sorry?
The cows were there before or after he became deputy governor?
The cows were there even before. Yes.
And before they were still being taken care of?
Sorry?
They were being taken care of before he became?
Yes, they were being taken care of.
He had employees to do this?
Sorry?
He had employees who do this?
He had his own employees, yes.
He still has employees?
Now he's using the...
Does he have employees? That is my question.
I've said no.
You've not said anything. Does he have employees on the property?
Right now, no.
Okay.
Yes.
Council,
So he has no one on that property? That is your evidence?
Sorry?
He has no one on the property?
Yes?
No employees on the property?
The employees who are there are the county workers. I have said 5, I see them every day, 5 workers, about 5.
Okay, what do these 5 workers do? And to be more specific.
So I have indulged you.
Madam Speaker, just this last
make
question.
That your last question.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes.
There are those who man the gate. They come in pairs, 2 from morning to around 6 in the evening, and 2 during the night.
So those are 4 officers, 2 during the day, 2 during the night, who man the gates. Yes?
I'm saying 2 during the day, 2 during the night.
Those are
the ones who are manning the gate.
Yes.
Then we have 2 who are called gardeners.
Yes. Continue.
Then we have 1 who cooks for the governor, deputy governor. So I'm saying a minimum of 5, at least 5. So they can be more, depending on the day.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I had sought just indulgence with one question, because that one was in the middle of being answered. It's a simple question. It just has, it's a yes/no question.
Council, we
Madam Speaker,
ask that one question, and that is it.
I'm most obliged. Bona Ruben.
Yes.
Have you ever supported your brother politically?
Sorry?
Do you support your brother politically?
Right now, no.
Ever?
No.
Okay.
I will never do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council. We can have examination in chief. How many minutes do you need?
5.
5 minutes?
5 minutes.
You can begin now.
Brother Ruben, good evening. You have been shown a video that you were the one who was speaking in Kisii language, right?
The one who was speaking?
There's a video that has been played.
Yes.
And the video spoke in the Kisii language.
The Kisii?
You spoke in the Kisii language on that video.
Yes, yes.
Do you agree with the interpretation that was given by the gentleman?
Some places he was not doing well.
Would you kindly point out the issues that you spoke to? Did you mention something to do about with 20 enforcement officers on that video?
The 20?
On that video,
Yeah.
did you mention something to do with 20 enforcement officers?
Yes,
What exactly do you mention?
the 20 and on the clip.
Yes, on the clip. What did you say on the clip about 20 enforcement officers?
Now, I spoke in Kisii, and I was asking my brother, because this clip, the way it has been done, it was done by the media, not me. But if they brought the whole clip the way it was.
What did you say, Bwana Ruben? Just say
I
what
say-
you said on the clip.
I said that I was asking my brother, why all this, the police, why all this, the county workers? Because I was surprised. All those could not come for me alone, and I was sick.
Mr. Ruben, just repeat exactly what you said on the clip so that the senators can understand your own version of your translation.
Now, which part of the clip?
Where you
want me
mentioned,
to translate?
where you mentioned 20 enforcement officers.
Why I mentioned 20.
Well, do you mind we replay the clip, Honorable Speaker, for just 1 minute?
You know, I was not telling my brother. When I was doing the affidavit, is when I gave the numbers. But when I was talking about that clip, I didn't give the numbers.
Lastly, Mr. Ruben.
Yes.
The trees where you've planted trees, the trees that you were cutting down, on which side of the land were they? The trees that you were cutting down, were they on your side of your land, or were they on the side of the Deputy Governor?
Madam Speaker, I want to be very clear why I'm here.
But Ruben, I want you just to answer my question. My question is very simple. The trees that you cut down, were they on your side of your land that you've been given by your father, or were they on the side of the land that the Deputy Governor has been farming?
I said the land belongs to our dad. It does not belong to me, it does not belong to my brother. We only showed one another. You can be digging this side, I dig this side. So the land belongs to our dad.
Where you farm, were you cutting trees down from the side of the land where you farm?
Now, we stopped farming. That's why I found the land idle and I planted the trees. We stopped farming a long time.
That's all for this witness, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. Honorable Senators, I have a list of about 6 senators.
So President Biden has announced a new $300 million weapons package for Ukraine. According to U.S. officials, the package will include artillery shells and ammunition, anti-armor weapons, anti-aircraft missiles, and spare parts. Defense officials say this is a one-time arrangement made possible through savings in long-term contracts with weapons makers. With foreign aid funding stalled on the Hill, the Biden administration working to find creative ways to help Ukraine as the country faces dire weapons shortages in its fight against Russia.
Let's turn back to politics here at home. The general election rematch between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump is essentially official this morning. That's because NBC News is projecting both men now have enough delegates to win their respective parties' nominations following their latest primary wins. Last night, President Biden was projected to become the presumptive Democratic nominee after a win in the Georgia Democratic primary. Just hours later, Donald Trump was projected to secure his spot as the presumptive Republican presidential nominee after winning the Republican primary in Washington state. After last night's wins, President Biden issued a long statement arguing the threat Trump poses is greater than ever. In his words, he wrote, Donald Trump is running a campaign of resentment, revenge, and retribution that threatens the very idea of America. Voters now have a choice to make about the future of this country. Are we going to stand up and defend our democracy or let others tear it down? Will we restore the right to choose and protect our freedoms or let extremists take them away? The president continued, I believe the American people will choose to keep us moving into the future. With every crisis, America has always emerged stronger and more united on the other side. This November will be no different, and I believe we will do it together. Meanwhile, in a nearly 4-minute video posted to social media, former President Trump celebrated last night's results and, of course, went after Joe Biden.
This was a great day of victory. Last week was something very special, Super Tuesday. But now we have to get back to work because we have the worst president in the history of our country. His name is Joe Biden, sometimes referred to as Crooked Joe Biden, and he must be defeated.
NBC News national political correspondent Steve Kornacki is looking at how things might play out for the Biden and Trump campaigns between now and November. Steve?
The rematch is on. It's Trump-Biden Part 2. So let's take our first look at the road to 270. What does the playing field look like at the outset of this campaign? So this is how we ended up in 2020. The Trump states in red, obviously the Biden states in blue. It all added up to 306 electoral votes for Joe Biden and the presidency. And the first thing to know looking at this is that math would be different even if Biden won all the same states he won, and even if Trump won all the same states he won. Why? Because we had the census and we had reapportionment since 2020, and that changes the number of electoral votes in some states. So if you apply the new electoral vote totals from the census, that same combination of states now only gives Biden 303, Trump 235, a net gain of 3 electoral votes in the Trump states just because of the census and reapportionment. So that's the starting point based on 2020. And then the question is, okay, what's the battleground here? And the obvious battleground would be the 5 states that Donald Trump carried in 2016, but then Joe Biden flipped and won in 2020. That's Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona. Those 5 states. So if the Trump campaign obviously wants to be on offense in these states, needs to flip these states. How many? Well, the math can vary a little bit here, but let's go through the simplest path, at least mathematically, from the Trump standpoint. It would be to take the closest of these 5 states. And the 2 that were the closest were Georgia, margin in 2020 about 12,000 votes. Arizona, 10,000 vote or so margin. So if, big if here, but just showing you the math, if Trump were able to win Georgia, 251. If he added Arizona to that, 262. Still not enough, even with those 2 states, to hit 270. Meaning, if he wins back the 2 closest that he lost in 20, Trump still needs to add one of these 3, a Wisconsin, a Michigan, a Pennsylvania. Which was the closest in 2020? By a margin of just over 20,000 votes, it was Wisconsin. So you could see if Wisconsin were to join those other 2, Trump would just clear 270, and that would then be enough if he didn't lose any other states that he won. And that's the other big question here. You know, are there any states on this map? We're going to find out in the next few months that these campaigns can succeed putting in play that we don't think of as being in play right now. The one the Democrats would like to put in play, we'll see if they can, is North Carolina. North Carolina's a pretty big state, 16 electoral votes. Margin had come down for Trump, won it both times, but his margin was reduced in 2020. Poll this week put Trump up 5 points in North Carolina. A lot of people think it's a pipe dream for Democrats to win it this year, but they're certainly going to try. And if they were to succeed, just showing you again here, look what that does to the Electoral College math. Now you'd have Trump winning back 2 states here in the Sun Belt and a Midwestern state, but not having Carolina. Biden would still win in the Electoral College there. Again, that would be flipping a Trump state. So we'll see if the Democrats can succeed in doing that. We'll see if the Republicans can succeed in doing it anywhere. It's only our first look, and there are many more to come.
All right, Steve Kornacki, thanks very much as always. So So, Jonathan Martin, there's no mystery here, right? I mean, this is Michigan, this is Wisconsin, this is Pennsylvania. We know,
we've seen the movie.
Georgia, they're going to be fighting. It looks like it's trending a little Trump's way, but there'll be a fight. Biden won last time. But we know where this race is going to be decided, and we've got an 8-month road to get there.
Strap in. Yeah, exactly. It's predictable where it's going to be fought. What's less predictable, obviously, are sort of the contours of the race. But look, I think Arizona and Georgia were probably the biggest surprises for Biden 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough for him to hold on this time around in both states. Pennsylvania, of the 3 Great Lakes states, probably the best one for Biden right now. Michigan and Wisconsin a bit tougher. But I think that's where the action is mostly, are those 3 Great Lakes states. Biden holds on there and he wins. He loses those 3 states, or any one of them, and Trump probably wins. I don't think it's more complicated than that, Willie.
Yeah, there's not much of a path for the president otherwise, and certainly a reflection of a campaign's priorities is the candidate's time. Exactly. And he was in Pennsylvania over the weekend. He's visited Pennsylvania by far more than